Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, the 19th of April, 2023, and this is your card of the day. Okay, my friends, so as usual, credit where credit's due. Angel Tarot cards by Radleigh Valentine, artwork by Steve Roberts. It's also the same deck that I pulled our Archangel of the Week from, which happens to be the World, and Archangel Michael, who is over this particular card in this particular deck. So let's go ahead and shuffle and pull our card for the day. Great angels in the sky, Father, Mother, and all beings of light from all realms and all four corners, thank you for stepping in where you've always been. It is an honor to be your messenger. May this reading today for all be of service, be of purpose, and have value. So be it, so shall it be. All right, there we go. I'm going to set the intention to fan them out and just pull a card, random card. There we go. Like that. Unity. So we've got two, making sure there's only one card there. There is. We've got two cards here, Major Arcana. Archangel Sandalphon, a great archangel that is the somewhat messenger, mailman to God. And here we see he has the gorgeous blue halo, which I can see really could be the light of Archangel Michael. And then all around him, he is surrounded by symbols of different religions. We have the yin-yang symbol. We've got the Star of David. We have the Christian crucifix. And then, of course, all sorts of other symbolism. This is basically saying today's energy is about coming together, and for you, for me, for all of us, it is celebrating the differences that we have rather than being in the somewhat control aspect of defending our corner, if you will. We are experiencing cultural turmoil on one hand and a cultural blending on the other. No one is to say, particularly Archangel Michael or Archangel Sandalphon, that we are supposed to separate ourselves. And I would say today's energy is about the celebration of you as a human being and doing what you're doing and being in the human experience. You know, when we return to spirit, where we return to where we came from and what we are, the essence of who we are. There you go, that's better. We're not any one particular group of people. We are a collective group of people. Those who are experienced and adept at channeling, whether you're channeling the wisdom from someone you knew in this life, whether you channel the wisdom from something that you read or watched or saw, basically based upon something that inspired you or motivated you, that energy, that essence, doesn't necessarily come from one particular place. I happen to believe there is you and there's me and then there's us. It's all part of the same thing. And I feel like the message that Archangel Sandalphon with the Unity card says, while number 5 is definitely the number of change, change can also mean changing your collective thoughts, feelings, beliefs to be open to the possibility of something else. We've also got this new culture. Every so many years, so many decades that passes, there is something that happens on the human level that either pulls everyone apart or brings everyone together. And I really have to say that it's time to look at traditional viewpoints and methods, particularly within your own spiritual foundations, and seek mentors or like-minded friends. The Unity card talks about creating communities with one another. And so if you find yourself looking to open to the possibility of having a more spiritual experience like we are doing with this particular channel, if you're watching, you're here for a reason. You've been brought to a reason. You don't have to lock down what that reason is, and you don't necessarily have to justify why you're here. Many of you who've commented below don't know the other folks who've commented, and yet there seems to be this collective community of love, of understanding, of spiritual communication. And I don't know, it's not necessarily a church or anything that is being set up other than a place where you can listen and you can feel and you can be lifted, lightened. And that's my intention, to bring the word, the wisdom, the love, the essence of whatever comes through me to you, so that it can inspire you to say, yes, I am worthy of this. I'm here. And while the message from me as the human and perhaps a little bit of the ego seems to be somewhat similar every day, I am in awe of the fact that there's a slight change. There's a little bit of a difference here. Now, a little bit about Archangel Sandalphon, for those who aren't really familiar with the archangels and what their purpose is, as I was not as familiar 3 years ago. Yes, I knew they existed, but I had no real understanding that there were 15 main ones. That fascinated me, so that brought me to a spiritual community through Hay House, and through Hay House I met other teachers, and so it went. But Archangel Sandalphon is the archangel who delivers our prayers from the human earth plane up into spirit, as many of you refer to as heaven, the universe, that great place where things get answered. So today is definitely a day that you can call upon Archangel Sandalphon to increase your faith and maybe fortify your commitment to your dreams and to your goals. Remember, on, I think it was Monday, we looked at renewing, having a look at where we are, having a look at what we've done, and whether this year we're still on track. Are we behind? Are we in front? Where are we individually? And I also believe that working in groups enriches all of us. This card was drawn because it's a time to expand the circle of friends and perhaps join a group, enroll in school, become part of an organization, particularly a spiritual organization such as this. This is an optimal time for you to form new friendships and become one with some more supportive people. Working with integrity, working with a very strong foundation of morals. It's time to question and review any rules, any restrictions, or any beliefs that you might have had around yourself. Or perhaps you are the one where people want to come and question you and question, what is it that you believe in and why do you believe in that? You can lift any previous blocks just by making the intention to manifest that right there. So with the World card, let's tie in Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is the Archangel of protection, Archangel of possibility, Archangel of purpose. He's basically he who is like God. So these two right here, here comes Sandalphon saying you're in the midst of change, and change doesn't have to be a terrible thing. If you find that you have no confidence and you need to have some help, you pull in Archangel Michael, and he says, listen, I am going to put you on your path of purpose. I'm going to introduce you to the right people. But also, I'm also going to let you know through the World card, this is part of your legacy. You're moving into this new area, this new arena with these new folks. That's something worth saying, wow, I got here, I did it. How does this apply to me personally? And I'm covered in angel bumps. So when I get all the hairs standing up on my arms and down my body, that's typically, and it's like having a hug from heaven. That's all I can say. It feels so good. When you ever go get those massages, or somebody who touches you, maybe they give you a hug, maybe they hold your hand, there's that comfort. There's that level of, I can just sink into that feeling of comfort, that feeling of joy. And even if you're physically not experiencing it right now, you can close your eyes and you can feel it. When I get that, I know that I am in the presence of something bigger, greater, more expansive than this human body, which I actually love, by the way. I didn't always love my human body. I took a while to sort of understand that I actually am quite okay. And this is actually quite magnificent. And it took a while to get there. Anyway, I digress. Personally, about a month ago, I think I shared with you that I went to a fundraiser for some pets. I happened to be walking a dog. His name is Lobo. And the volunteers and the coordinator and the director of the rescue said, listen, hold on to this dog right now while we wait for the dog you came to see to arrive. Talking about how spirit gets involved in what we do, the dog that I went to see happened to be a Great Dane, because that happens to be what I believe is my little thing. Maybe a little bit too much of an obsession. Anyway, here I am making friends with this Pyrenees mix and not really paying attention to what was going on, what was happening. The day went by, it was fabulous, I enjoyed it, it was great, I left. Didn't think anymore. I had some thoughts about this dog's story. Was in a facility, all on his own, homeless, had lived with somebody for a while, and then was turned. All kinds of stories that happen when animals become surrendered or find themselves homeless. About a few days ago, I had a dream that this dog was across the street looking at my house. Like, what is this dream? Shared with a friend who also is an animal rescue person. So these two cards are basically saying, because I'm going to go pick him up today to foster him. I don't know how the foster is going to work out because I don't do very well at that. These two cards are basically saying, we took your prayers up and we're bringing you this new experience. Just send off the request to heaven, to God, to the universe, that this be okay, that this be blessed. And when I'm thinking those things and I'm thinking those thoughts, my whole body is covered in those goosebumps, covered in that hug from the universe. This is actually what we're looking to do. This is what we're looking to experience. It's unfortunate that the majority of the world, our culture, whatever country and culture and basically that's it. Whatever country and culture, we're all part of this big world. Some of us have been on it for a while. Our job and our purpose is to link arms, no matter how old the person is next to you, in front of you, behind you, whoever they are. We do all have differences. Just by the physical DNA, we're different. However, the difference doesn't have to be a problem. It's the human ego that makes it a problem. Now, I know you get that. I get that. Everyone on this planet gets it. Or everybody in this channel gets it. But you see where I'm going? Where as we all group up with this group, forms that group, There'll always be leaders. You might be one of them. Doesn't mean that you, as a leader or another leader, gets to control what happens. They just happen to say, listen, let's collectively do this. And then maybe somebody else takes over the lead of it and does that, if that makes sense. A bit like a relay race, if you will. At some point, one of the racers has got the baton and they're racing. And then they pass it on. It's that kind of thing. I feel like I'm getting in the weeds with this conversation. So they're telling me, okay, you're good. It's good to go. Whoop. So today's energy, unity, balance, harmony. Send your prayers up. Look for something new. Look for a new group. Look for a new thing to get invested in. That makes your heart sing, that brings you joy. That is what we're about. And until tomorrow, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing. And I love you. See you soon. Bye.